Star Trek, the ultimate franchise. These are the podcasts of the Wakefield brothers. Their 16-year mission to watch every production, to seek out life lessons and new inspirations, to boldly watch like most fans have watched before. Welcome back to Temporal Directive, the Star Trek fan podcast, rewatching the entire Star Trek franchise in chronological order. I'm Gary.
And I'm Tom.
And this week, we're watching Star Trek Enterprise's Terra Nova. Written by Antoinette Stella, directed by LeVar Burton.
Nice.
Who, of course, was Geordie LaForge in TNG and had directed many Star Trek episodes before this one, including one of my favourite Voyager episodes, Timeless, which I guess we'll get to in about, 12 years? 10,
like
12 years.
Yeah.
This episode's original air date was October 24th, 2001. And the IMDb synopsis reads, Enterprise tries to find out what happened on Terra Nova, the first colonization attempt outside Earth's solar system. That's it. That's all you get.
Oh.
Do you remember this episode at all?
Nope. Not really.
I remember this one pretty well, and from memory, it's pretty rubbish.
Okay. That's encouraging.
Yeah. Is that too blunt?
Not for Enterprise, it's not.
Oh, Tom.
Yeah.
You really hate on the Enterprise.
Oh, it's so bad. To be fair, Scott Bakula is doing a lot better than I remember. He's no Patrick Stewart or Kate Mulgrew. There's no.
Or Avery
Brooks, yeah.
Or William Shatner.
Yeah, or any of them. He's just not a. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's shit.
I don't think he's shit.
No, he's not shit. I mean, it's shit. That's what I said. It's shit.
Right. Well, yeah. I think the other captains are much stronger, but if you look at it from the in-universe, they've had a lot more knowledge and education.
That is true.
But if you're talking about acting abilities,
They've also had a lot more knowledge and education.
It would appear so. Yeah. Although Scott Bakula did have Quantum Leap first, so I don't know.
He didn't learn much from that.
Okay, before this turns into a big bitch session about Scott Bakula, I think we should go and watch the episode.
That's probably a good idea.
And Scott, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Yes, I think he's actually a really nice guy from all the interviews and stuff I've seen with him.
Yeah.
I think he's actually one of the better people out there in the acting industry. But, oh my God.
He does seem nice.
Yeah, he does. But some of his acting stuff. God.
Well, All right, we'll be back. And we're back from Terra Nova. Well, Tom, what did you think of this episode?
We can't just skip to something else, right?
No.
Can we do chronologically as if this didn't exist?
No.
Okay.
So, did you any thoughts?
Sorry,
you want to touch on?
Actual thoughts. The weather is great lately.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the idea, like the setup of this episode, is quite fascinating. This could have been a very good episode, and I think that's why it sucks so hard, is because the promise of this episode is so much better than what they delivered.
Yeah, I would agree with that completely. It is a really good concept. Humans being left alone for so long and seeing what happens to them is a very good idea. But just Enterprise sucks. I know we haven't even got into it, but like when they walked into the cave, there was alien-looking writing on the walls.
Oh, was there? I didn't notice.
Didn't notice?
No.
So there was totally alien imagery on the walls. So there was nothing recognizable at all. What the hell?
Yeah.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, I mean, the ones, I guess that what was her name? Nadette? She was the Was she the only survivor from the original colony?
Well,
I
by the looks
assume?
of it, yeah.
So who did she breed with?
Don't ask questions, Gary. I think
How
she
is
was.
there 52 of them?
I think it was more she was the earliest, not so much she was the
right.
only survivor. She was just the one that was there, sort of like from.
So she was probably the
beginning.
oldest of the children.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
At 5 or 6 when the poison rain
yeah.
gutted
That's what I got from it.
the overside.
Hopefully, otherwise it's a lot more disturbing than. I thought.
This girl doesn't remember her name? Like, how does she not remember her name is Bernadette?
Yeah, yeah, because she would in that photo especially. She was about probably what 6, 7, right?
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, she should know that.
She should know her fucking name.
Yeah, I know it's been 70 years, but still, like, what has she been called?
Yeah.
So
Unless maybe her parents called her Nadette as like a nickname.
yeah, I'm assuming Nadette has been her actual what people have been calling her forever. But I've been called Tom forever too. Doesn't mean I'm going to forget my name is Thomas.
But maybe if you were 6 and most people called you Tom and then everyone else died.
Yeah, and everyone just called me Tom for it after that.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know.
Not that I want to make excuses for this episode.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to make excuses for this episode because Nelly.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, shall we get into get into it?
Yeah.
All right. So we open with Travis and Hoshi on the bridge. Travis is looking through the archives of the Terra Nova database or whatever, and he says that he's been fascinated by the Terra Nova mystery for forever because he's a boomer, and apparently it impacts boomers more than others.
Of course.
course.
Why wouldn't it? Of course.
And then they say they're about 3 hours away. And we get the terrible opening credits. And then dinner with Captain Trip and T'Pol. And T'Pol says, I've never heard of Terra Nova. What is this?
Why wouldn't you?
And Trip says, oh, really? You've never heard of it? We had to learn all of the early Vulcan missions. And she's like, name one.
It was so good.
He's like, well, history was never my strong subject. Yeah.
It was brilliant.
It was pretty good.
It was perfect.
Pretty good. I must say, I don't remember enjoying those 3 as much as I am this time through, even though the episodes are a bit dodgy. But Archer, Trip, and T'Pol is like the new trilogy
Yeah.
of characters. I'm actually quite enjoying.
Yeah, they do bounce off each other very well.
Yeah. I think the first time I watched this, I think Trip really annoyed me, but I actually quite like him in this one.
Yeah.
This time around. If we do this podcast for 16 years and then decide what are we going to do now and we decide to start again,
Oh, God.
maybe my opinion will be different.
Possible. Yeah.
All right. So Paul says that humans are pretty resourceful and that Terra Nova might still be there. And then we cut to them arriving. They hail. There's no answer. There's no biosigns. There's some low-level radiation. And then they say, let's take a look. And I was like, Archer's going to get in a shuttle.
Yeah.
That's what Archer does. Let's take a look, get in the shuttle, go down and have a look.
Yeah.
But they actually looked on the cameras or the sensors or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they actually checked before they went down.
I know. Isn't
Is
it
Archer
amazing?
learning his lessons? Are you serious right now? I'm so impressed. Good job, Archer. It's like you're an actual captain.
Yeah, where's that clapping button? It's just-
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is
that's
one
it.
here.
Hey. Good on you, Archer.
Anyway, they check the photos. Doesn't look like there's anything there. It looks like an old abandoned camp or whatever. So they get in the shuttle, head down. So, okay, they didn't do a lot of work, but, they head down to the surface. They walk into the compound and they split up to go looking, and Reed sees someone out in the forest and chases him. Because that's what you do. Chase people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Straight into a cave.
yeah.
They go into the cave and they find some tools and some what looks like food and supplies, some knives that look brand new. They must have a knife manufacturing workshop in the cave there somewhere.
A very good handle made out of that.
Very
Yeah.
very well maintained equipment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they see some people up on the ledge up the top, and they're watching them. And this is where you saw that painting or something, the symbols.
Yeah, just as they entered that cave where they found all the equipment and stuff.
Right.
That's where all the paintings were on the wall as they came in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then one of them jumps out with a gun, and Reed shoots them. There's a bit of a shootout. Reed is taken hostage. Archer, T'Pol, and Travis all run back to the shuttle. They refer to them as aliens, and T'Pol says, they're not aliens, they're human. Bum, bum, bum. They get back to Enterprise. They say that they've found 52 human biosigns. They're obviously descendants of the original colonists. They're talking about what to do. Archer's like, if I can't make first contact with other humans, well, then I have no business being out here at all. And I was like, should we
just go
is that
home.
a wrap on the series?
That's it. Cut it. We'll all go home.
But Archer and Dr. Phlox head down to the planet with
a box of medical equipment.
Yeah. Then they go and meet the Novans, and my notes pretty much are shale. Shale.
You lying bastard.
Not lying. Shale. You're from the overside. Do you have a skyship? What the fuck? Like,
even the girl. The thing is,
what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But the kid was still a kid. Some of this language that they use, she would know. She would know what a cave is.
Yeah, exactly.
The surface is not a difficult concept.
No, and the skyship is bullshit. Where would she learn the word skyship? She wouldn't learn that word. She would learn, starship. She would learn that. She wouldn't be able to change that in her head to skyship. It doesn't make sense. She was old enough to lock those things in.
Just basic stuff like that.
Yeah.
And shale?
Yeah. They went down to the surface. They've got the med pack, and they're going to see Reed, and they put their hands up and say, take me to my friend that needs help.
Mm-hmm.
So they go into the cave, and they say, we're here to help you and all that kind of stuff. And they all bitching about the poison rain, and you all were lying to us and all that crap. And
Shale.
And you take your man and go because we don't want anything to do with you. And Archer's like, all right, well, we'll take our man, but he can't go anywhere because he's been shot. So we need our stuff so that the doctor can fix him. While he's being fixed, the Captain Archer tries to manipulate the conversation and convince him that he's not lying. And Dr. Phlox...
Shaling.
Yeah, exactly, right? Dr. Phlox does the scan of the people and finds out that Nadette has got cancer, lung cancer. So somehow convinces them to take them up to the ship.
Skyship.
The skyship. Even though others in the cave are going, it's shale. They're trying to gut us. And anyway, they follow them up to the ship. While on the ship, they're trying to convince with photos about all the people on the overland, all the humans. But her son is going, it's all shale.
Jarman.
Oh, bullshit.
Her son, name was Jarman.
Jarman. All right.
Short for Benjamin, I assume.
Most likely. So he's saying it's all bullshit and they're putting it all in your head. And
use their language, Tom.
I'm not using their language. It's bullshit. So he's doing that. So they're showing photos,
and they discover that the poison rain that they referred to was actually caused by an asteroid.
Yeah, about 500 meters away, and that they blamed the humans back on Earth because there was an argument about whether humans should send 200 more colonists to the planet. And the colonists didn't want that to happen because they're like, we're happy with the people we've got here. Send them somewhere else. We don't want them. Which is bullshit. That is just crap. Because if you send humans out to a planet to colonize it, isn't the whole point to send more people?
Well, I would have thought so.
Yeah, exactly. So, would they not have gone to this planet knowing that in the future more will be coming?
You would think so.
So why would they get all shitty that humans were like, oh, okay, well, we're sending more your way, and then go, no, we don't want them. Nah, sorry. Not going to happen.
It doesn't make sense. Just another thing in this episode that does not make sense, Tom.
Exactly. It's it just... Anyway, so they blamed humans for the crash of the meteorite that caused the poison rain. Well, now they go back down to the planet after Phlox finds out that everyone on the planet is getting poisoned by the water because the water is now contaminated by the radiation. So everyone on the planet is now being poisoned.
But they also do a survey and they find that there is space on the southern continents that is not impacted by the poison rain that they could move them to.
Exactly. After Archer has a big argument trying to get them to remove them from the planet, and he has the good conversation with T'Pol.
Yeah,
yes.
It's an early conversation. It's like the Prime Directive, before the Prime Directive.
Exactly.
But talks like they're debating whether to break the Prime Directive or not.
Yeah, exactly. Now, that was a great conversation. I think that was very well done.
It's interesting, though, that T'Pol in that conversation suggested using stun grenades to, incapacitate them, but then goes on to say we shouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I
think it was more of a manipulative conversation, too.
Yeah,
I don't think she actually meant it as in... I don't think she actually wanted to use the grenades. I think she just wanted to
highlight his stupidity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remove them, what do you want to do? Assimilate them into human culture? You're eliminating their culture and their history. And he's like, yes, it's their birthright.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. They're humans. They have the right to be what I want them to be. It's like, hang on a minute.
Where have I heard that before?
Yeah, that's right. So that was a very good conversation between the two of them. That was very well done.
Correct. But then they decide to try to convince them to go to the southern continent.
Yeah.
Rather than take them on board Enterprise. So they go back down to the planet with Nadette and Jarman. And there's a tunnel collapse. Archer risks his life to save one of them. But that does shit all for Jarman. He's still not on board. But Nadette's like, yeah, no, I remember now. Sorry. I mean, I see back now.
Yeah. Yeah. I see back.
And yes, we were human. So we should listen to them.
Yeah.
So they basically agree to go to the southern continent, and then that's it, right?
That's it. That's literally it.
Yeah, the last scene is Travis joining Trip, Archer, and T'Pol in their regular dinner, and Travis is very excited about having been a part of it. And I was like, yes, you were very excited about going there. You were very excited and invested in the mystery. The mystery was boring, and the writers gave you nothing to do.
Yeah.
They set you up to be a big part of this episode and then did not deliver in that. No. So I still don't really know who you are because you've not been in any episodes yet.
No, not at all. Not at all. And in this one, he was just a pilot. Just background.
Yeah. They mentioned Amelia Earhart when they were talking about other mysteries on Earth. They mentioned Amelia Earhart, who's also in the opening credits. There's a little clip of Amelia. But of course, we know, being Star Trek Voyager fans, that Amelia Earhart was abducted by aliens in 1937 and is now currently frozen in the Delta Quadrant when this conversation is taking place.
Yep.
I don't even know. What am I going to pull out of this episode for quotes? There's nothing. It'll just be shale. So what's the life lesson in this one, Tom? What did you learn from this episode?
The closest thing you've got is when T'Pol was saying about not pulling them out and turning them into what you want. So I guess it's not imposing your beliefs and your way of life onto others. Just because you have a way of doing something doesn't mean that it's right for everyone. It's the only thing I can pull out of it and it's so thin.
I'll take it.
Yeah, because it's the only thing we can get.
We'll take it. So yes, all right.
Yeah.
That's a life lesson.
Yeah.
It's something we can take from this episode. Yeah, imposing your beliefs and your expectations on someone else is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Okay, now time to do the ratings. So for those playing at home, our examples of 1 episodes are Voyager's Threshold and Next Gen's Code of Honor. Examples of 10 episodes are Next Gen's Tapestry and DS9's Far Beyond the Stars. Tom, what are you going to give Terra Nova?
1.
You think it's Threshold bad?
It's bad.
It's pretty bad, actually.
It's bad.
Yeah.
So it's either a 1 or maybe a 2 because the concept was okay.
I thinking maybe even a 3.
A 3. A 3.
Yeah. Well, like, if I think of Threshold
Yeah.
and I think of Code of Honor, is not just a bad episode, it's like insulting. So I just think, I don't know, the concept of this episode is better. The execution is not good.
Not as bad as that.
It's not as bad as that.
Yeah, you're right.
Although maybe it is a 2.
It's not great.
Okay.
Let's go with 2.
Let's
it's
go
in the
with
middle
2.
because I'd give it a fairly fucking low number.
All right, we'll go with 2.
Yeah.
This is a 2 episode.
Yeah.
All right. I hope there's no Terra Nova fans out there hoping that we are going to be talking good stuff about this episode.
If there is, I don't want to meet them. Sorry, but I just don't.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. We'll wrap up. We would love to hear your thoughts on this episode or anything else that's Trek related because we love talking about Star Trek. So please join in that conversation. We'd love to hear from you. You can find us on Facebook at Temporal Directive Podcast or Instagram, just Temporal Directive. Or you can email us at wakefield_productions@outlook.com. Please reach out. That'd be great to hear from you. And we'll be back next week for the next episode in our Trek through Star Trek. And that is the Andorian incident, which I think is a step up from this week. So fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Doesn't have to take much. I know we're always negative. It feels like we're always negative on Enterprise, but we actually do love Star Trek. So reach out, have a chat with us. We'd love it. It'd be great.
Yes. This is all about having a conversation about Star Trek. So if you don't agree with this, please send us a message and tell us why.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not because you need to justify it, but just because we love to talk about it. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on this episode or next week's episode or just anything in general. So please reach out. And we'll chat next week. Live long and prosper.
Peace and long life.